Hello Beatbox family. Today I thought we'd do something a little different and watch something I already have watched before. I thought because GBB is so close, we've watched the solo wildcards and well, I've reacted to those, but I haven't reacted on video to the 2020 wildcards. So obviously now it's been a while, some of the people in here are not going to be there, but I also want to react to D-Koy and Kohey because they got in this year as well. So yeah, but other than that, I just want to jump straight in. But before I do that, I just want to mention that less than 5% of you guys are subscribed. It started going up a bit and then it went over 5% and then it's gone down again. So I'd appreciate, even if you're not going to watch all my videos, if we could get at least some of you guys to subscribe. I'll be reacting to all the GBB stuff, so subscribe if you want to see someone react to that, hopefully maybe before the videos even come out. I don't know if it's allowed to react to the live stream or something, but anyways, yes, video. So first up, Trung Bao. I want to say first, I know, get into the video, but this wildcard for a while was my go-to. Oh, you haven't heard about how cool Beatbox is? Let me show you a video. And gosh, it's been a while since I've heard this. I'll tell you my thoughts if it still stacks up against like GBB 21 wildcards.
Oh, you don't wanna know what I gotta show. You don't wanna know what I gotta show.
I remember this wildcard like by heart. Watched it so much times.
I got to show what I gotta show to get you this close up.
I love his performance.
People wanna know, try to get a show. So many teams you don't even know.
Oh my god, Trung Bao is gonna be so sick in GBB 21.
What I gotta show.
Oh, it's
What I gotta show.
Ashley.
What I gotta know. What I gotta show. What up? Do you wanna know? Wow. What I gotta show. What up? What I gotta.
It's my favorite part. Shivers. I haven't watched it in a long time.
What I gotta show to get you this close. Okay.
That ending is so sick, that little pattern. Before I talk, I just want to go back to this.
Gotta. What I gotta show. What up?
Here. Oh, that's my favorite part, the texture of it. Yeah, no, before I reacted, I was gonna say I was gonna like see if it still matches up against GBB 21 wildcards. I think this would still make it. Obviously, since then, there have been so many good wildcards that didn't make it in GBB 21, but the performance element, the structure is pretty decent. I'm not crazy about the end. It's a bit messy for me. But I think the build up at the beginning is really good, introducing the lyrics. I mean, total electronic music vibe where you got the line and then it's like a part of the line right before the drops. I'm just gonna keep all these, all my thoughts really short since I've already seen these and there's a lot of stuff to go through. Even just the simple, you noticed I knew sort of like the choreography of like when he made certain that part and the that really adds to the noise. It's like really hypes you up. I don't know, just the performance is something else. The structure, he's always crazy with the amounts of sounds he has, and it's not, they all fit together really well. It's not like spammy. He's not just trying to spam all these cool sounds that I figured out. Yeah, man. Wow. I think I'm just gonna move on to, you know, Wawad's not going to be there, and so, but he did originally qualify. I'm just gonna watch it again. Not as much analysis because he didn't make it, but I just want to watch it again. Oh my god, I just remembered the ending. The clicks. It's so simple. The thing about Wawad is he's so precise, and the texture of his sounds are always going to be incredible.
I'm a bad guy. Dope.
That swallow bass. It's so consistent. Oh. I forgot about the bit. Another sound. Oh. So nasty. I do want to add some commentary, but I do also have some stuff I need to do today, and I'm gonna have to edit everything. So I'll just move on since he's not going to be in GBB this year, which is really sad, but luckily we got Dan. Yes.
They call the cops cause they hear my shots.
I remember not being so crazy about this one when I first heard it, but back then I didn't know much about technicality and stuff.
They call the cops cause they heard. Wow. My shots.
I'm surprised how well I know these. Remember these. I love the texture of that bass. I like this bit, this build up.
cops cause they heard my shots. They called the cops cause they heard my...
Definitely deserves to be qualified, but still, in my mind, Articles, Vocodah should be like second, maybe. I know this is primarily like a lot of French beatboxers go with a lot of different flows and a lot of different switches, and it's all technically really great, but it's sort of not as good for my simpleton brain to really enjoy as much. Well, as much as something that's more simple in structure. I am a pretty normie when it comes to like actual music, not beatbox music. Well, this is actual music. I don't want to. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, actually, there is a wild card where I'll mention that the simplicity is a little too much for me, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Anyways.
We a bunch of headbangers. 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 Check. Hi. Horn goes like. Yep. 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 Give him whiplash like points. Yep. 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 Points. Yep. Yep. We a bunch of headbangers. We a bunch of headbangers. We a bunch of headbangers. Bangers.
Okay, yeah, so that one's okay. It's not my favorite. It's just such an iconic routine. Like, maybe the ones above are technically more advanced, and so criteria-wise, they might be above with the scoring system, but I think as a song on its own, this is above Trung Bao's for me. Also, like, the mixing is better. Just, I don't know what to say about it because I've heard it so much, just because it's so iconic, and the sound, it's got a great building up where you're like, oh, what's coming next? Oh, that's sick. Oh, that's sick. It's just masterpiece. But seriously, man, he's grown so much. This was like a year and like more than a half ago. Well, we can check the date on it. Nope. This was 2 years ago. And everyone says that Vocodah has leveled up so much during quarantine with the online battles and stuff. That's how he was beforehand. And I love it so much still. I mean, I remember looking back at Vocodah's elimination round, just hearing his high inward bass there. It's like not perfect. You can hear it cutting out a bit. And so it wasn't as hype, but I feel like he's become a lot more confident in his sounds and his stage presence. I know he hasn't really been on a stage, online stage, but man, I have no doubt in my mind that he's gonna kill it. I think he's definitely gonna pass eliminations, go into top 16 at least. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Bonsoir.
I'm looking from the river. I think I met you.
He's
You're so
great
far.
voice.
Looking from the river. I think I met you. You're so far. You're
I still can't remember anyone else doing that with like bass.
Galactic frequency.
I'm not crazy about this, it's sort of glitchy, but
Galactic frequency.
yes. Yes.
Galactic frequency.
I love this outro.
Yeah.
I just wish it didn't have such an abrupt ending. I think I like, personally, I mean, NB14's is one of my favorites. I'd put that above Androide. But talking about that really quick, I really loved the beginning, the singing part. I wasn't crazy about, whatever that was. I think it was an interesting technique. I'm just a real stickler, is that the word? For pitch. And some people like the weirdness of it, but a lot of the times it like wasn't consistent all the time. Sort of like a glitchy feel. And so I can respect that some people would like that, but that wasn't my favorite. But I did like a lot of parts of it, and he does have some really unique sounds that he can do better than anybody else. So, but yeah, moving on, NB14. Yes, I watched this, so I'm sure I have this memorized.
I just wanna get something never. I just want to get something fancy.
I'm so sad he's not gonna come. That snare is so sick. That snare.
Baby.
this isn't as clean as it could be. That. Okay, tied for 6 is Helium, but first about MP14, something I noticed, I drew a comparison in my mind. For those who have watched some of my reactions, you'll know that with Josho, I said that I really like how, unlike some other loopers, he always adds some sort of variation within the chorus or build-ups or really anything. He keeps it consistent enough to make everything make sense, but he adds little bits of flavor. And MB14 does the same exact thing. Just the music, I mean, he does do a lot of like switch ups, but it all follows, it all makes sense. Just musically, to me, to my ears, it all makes sense and is all great. And I love MB14 due to his vocal ability and his pitch control, because I am a singer. So yeah, I need to watch, maybe I'll do it on a reaction video, but his voice battle versus someone, since he's on The Voice. But yeah, up next, Helium. The mixing is pretty great.
Real drum and bass.
He's a real drummer. Talk about this after.
Go drum and bass.
Okay, so I'm not crazy about that one because it's so simplistic. There are very juxtaposed to MB14, whereas I said MB14 had a bunch of variations that kept everything interesting. He went really simple time signature, always the same for like 4 repetitions and then switch it up and then 4 repetitions. I just wasn't crazy about, I mean, obviously the consistency and the quality of his sound is really, I wouldn't say unmatched, but he's really one of the best when it comes to that. And at the same time, I wish he'd added a bit more variation to keep me interested a lot more. Yeah, Elisii. God, this one's so sick as well. I'm having so much fun watching these back. It's been such a long time. Oh, the way he goes into that. So interesting. That's one of the best transitions I've ever heard. That snare is so weird. Oh, the way he ends it too, done with his thing. He's like, okay, I'll have to watch that back, see if it was a good take or not. No, whatever. When you're talking about percussion, I mean, Helium has really been sandwiched in between in this video. Two people who are great at adding little variations to keep you interested. But when you're speaking of percussion, Helium's very really structured and like overly structured in my opinion. He's got like the consistency of the sounds and stuff, but Helium, I mean, Elisii, not to say he doesn't have consistency of sounds, but what's great about his percussion is just the complexity and the originality. Like with Helium, I feel like a lot of his drum patterns are pretty simple. They're really good, but Elisii's so original. His transition, I'm gonna go, this is one of the times I'm gonna go back. That transition, I'm surprised I went straight to it. I was lucky. But yeah, this was another one of my favorite wildcards from this year. Just, it's so intriguing watching him as well. I like that he has his mic down here so you can see his face. All the weird facial positions that he does to do these really unique sounds, especially the last drop that whatever his face looked like. Yeah, moving on, Two.H. I recently actually looked back at some Two.H, and man, he was ahead of his time. I looked back at some stuff from like 6-7 years ago. Yeah, that made me very excited to see him in Poland this month. The texture and the consistency.
Bring it out. Break it down.
Oh.
Break your motherfucker down. Break your mother. Break your motherfucker down like this. Going down.
He's so unique.
Switch it up. Switch it up. Get it like yo.
A little tease of the bass. I love this part. Oh yeah. Yeah. when looking back at some of the 2H stuff, I mean, his energy is crazy, especially with like the beast mode and the original So What, I Don't Give. It's a strange change of pace when you see him still so chilled and laid back. I wonder what sort of energy he's gonna bring to the GBB stage. I mean, he is a legendary battle and just performer in general. So I imagine he'll bring the energy, and this was just for sort of like the wild card. He was chilled out, and he'll really do stuff to pump up the crowd because he really likes that crowd energy. It's really quite simplistic, but it's not simplistic in a bad way. It's super intriguing and original, and all the sounds have great texture and are really consistent. He is one of the originators of like polyphonic techniques when it comes to beatboxing. Yeah, but last thing I'll say is, again, I'm just really excited to see him at GBB this year. Last for the video, not my video, but for this video is Napom.
A-C-T-I-V.
I mean, obviously, you know.
A-C-T-I-V-A-T. A-C-T-I-V-A-T-E. Activate.
I think this is freestyle.
Activate.
He is one of the best freestylers.
Let's go. I bring the party. I bring the party. I bring the party. I bring the party. I bring the bass.
He looks so Irish in this.
One more.
I'm not crazy about this like guttural noise. My thoughts on Napom's is that I'm really excited to see him at GBB, but at the same time I wasn't crazy about this being sort of freestyled, and also, as I said before, I'm not crazy about sort of sloppiness, and sort of, it's not like it's sloppy timing wise, but just a lot of the sounds are sort of, I don't know, it's just clear to me that it's not like a really refined routine. It's just sort of like he's pushing it out of his body, especially at the end where he's going high. I'm just like, I don't see the music and just grunting into my ears, but that's just a personal preference. And I think maybe even, I think D-Koy definitely, maybe also Kohey I would put above Napom, but I'm not sure. Yes, 11th place and qualified now. We'll see him there, D-Koy. It's been, because I've watched a lot of reactions to the GBB 20, and I've also seen that video a lot, the wildcard winners, but I really haven't seen these last two wildcards that were qualified, since they aren't in that video like very much at all. I think I've only seen this video like twice.
Yo, what's up? This is D-Koy from Boston, Massachusetts, and this is my 2020 Grand Beatbox Battle Wildcard.
I'm just gonna go back. Whistle intro something. Ghost melody with whistle. Maybe it's with melody. Sewer vibe. Scratches whistle trap. Interesting. Is that his structure for this wildcard?
There's a ghost in my closet.
Oh my god. Shivers. I love the texture of his bird sounds and stuff.
There's a bird in my closet.
Is this the whistle trap?
See you guys in Warsaw.
It's one of my favorite beatbox sounds, honestly. I just the intro is probably my favorite part. The melody with the whistles stays pretty the same throughout, but then it's changed up by the melody of the bass. And I'm pretty new to the beatbox scene, so I haven't heard a lot from D-Koy, but what I've seen from him lately on like Instagram and hearing all these noises, I wonder how they sound. And I mean, I'm sure they sound great with a on a live stage, but I'm really intrigued what he decides to do. I'll be watching out for his elimination. Another elimination I'll definitely be watching out for is Kohey. I heard him with I don't know whatever his tag team is called, Ansaro Khani, but his just technical ability in those, I mean, I've seen him elsewhere, but that's the like most recent I've seen from him. So yeah, I haven't heard this like I've only heard this like once. I really don't remember anything.
This is my wildcard video for the Grand Beatbox Battle 2020.
Reminds me of the intro for his tag team.
Who is outless? Who I do not seek, I find her. Who is out has who is outless?
Sick vibe. I imagine this with a crowd. They're like, oh. They're just anticipating. one of the craziest techniques. Just how consistent it is. How powerful. I love his click roll. I didn't even know he could do double voice. I forgot that he did it in here. Okay, that was a hell of an intro. Outro. I forgot my where I was for a second. I recently saw LM's world record video for doing the sound 100 sounds in 4.93 seconds, if my memory serves me. But yeah, after I just drew the parallel in my mind that ending the technical combo is just so fast. An Alem versus Kohey battle would just crazy. Even if it doesn't happen at GBB, I'd love to see it as a fantasy somewhere down the road. I'm really excited for fantasy battles to become more of a thing, because I just realized we haven't had fantasy battles in a while since they're mainly live. They sort of tapered out and stopped. Well, I think they stopped kind of abruptly, not tapered out. I'd love to see more fantasy battles. There are a lot of yeah, but I need to stop this video ASAP because I have to edit this all, and that is going to be a pain. So, geez, hopefully I can get this out by tonight. Oof, now that I think about it. But yeah, we'll wrap it up very quick. So you can check out all of the guys' information, the videos I reacted, just everything's down in the description down below. Please like, comment, really helps me out with algorithm and stuff. Subscribe, I'm trying to hit 1,000 as soon as possible. I realized I really want to do that soon because November and December are like the best months for like ad revenue, so to be able to get it before then would be... I want to be rolling in dough, baby. I'm just kidding, I will not get that much money because I don't have a lot of views yet. But yeah, doing that would really mean a lot to me. I want to make something out of this and give back to the beatbox community because it's done a lot for me. It's given me a lot of motivation and drive to do something with my life. And yeah, sorry, future Cole who has to edit this. Bye.